British Grand Prix winner. How good does that sound?
It sounds pretty good. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it was an incredible day, a long race, a long Sunday. A lot of things happened, a lot of chaos, a lot of stress, but to stay in the race, to stay calm, to have pace when I needed it, to push up to Oscar and get close enough to start overtaking. These were good moments. So. I don't know. I think tomorrow when I wake up, it's going to be the best feeling, honestly, because it's more a reflection type thing, and now it's just the adrenaline's high and you're in the moment. And I think it's hard to realize what we all accomplished today as a team.
Yeah, I thought the penalty was pretty bad, but anyway, I'm glad we had a quick car today. Showed what I needed to prove, and just disappointing when the result you deserve gets taken from you, but that's how it goes sometimes.
Nico, you've done it. 239 starts, all the blood, sweat and tears.
Easy.
Yeah, you're on the podium.
I always knew it. It was just a question of time.
I mean, how do you feel? Can you sum that one up for us? An amazing result for yourself and the team.
Obviously, feel happy, feel relieved. Also feel pretty, empty right now because, very emotional roller coaster this weekend. Being virtually last yesterday and a pretty bad day to one of the best days in my career. It's obviously a lot to take in, and that race was intense with all the change of conditions. It was sketchy. A high-speed track with changeable conditions is never easy, and it's just a thriller because always you feel like with one foot you're kind of losing the car and in the danger zone. So it was very intense, and whilst I'm obviously happy and relieved, I'm also a bit tired and look forward to be home, to be honest.
Difficult race, not a great one from my side. Did the best I could. I think, as it showed, there's plenty of mistakes out there and very, very tricky conditions, and really very, very hard car to drive here. This car doesn't like those conditions, so not ideal, but it got some points at least.
It was just a very difficult race for us, but even after that spin, I had no pace. I was just stuck with that group, and it was just very difficult to drive. Now, naturally, of course, we knew that it was going to be difficult in the wet with that rear wing that we had on the car, but even then, I think we were still struggling a lot.
I don't really know what to say. It's our best result of the year, and to do it here in Silverstone in these conditions is just incredible. I had so much fun. I enjoyed so much this race from first lap until the last one, and battling with Fernando, battling with Lewis, battling with Max. I just felt a bit unreal, at times to be in that position, especially knowing where we started the weekend. So incredible race for the whole team, and they worked really hard all weekend to improve the car, and we know the car is not in the place we'd like to be, but I really like the mentality I'm seeing to always keep trying. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but today we all did a fantastic job.
Yeah, good strategy calls, which was good, but just very slow today, and chewing through tires like crazy, lots of degradation. That was not good.
It's a great rise to get it all the way up to P3, running in the podium places at one point. So you mentioned eating up the tires, but was that just the main issue in dropping back?
Yeah, just loads of degradation on all the tires. On the soft tire also at the end, just loads of degradation, and we can't really hold the pace with that kind of deg.
A lot of fun, actually. I think it was looking a little bit doom and gloom at some points in the race. We had some moments where we were looking out of the points, and then in a weird way, Carlos and I were together on track, which was making it worse because the stop laps were always on one lap, and we were always, as Carlos was in front of me for most of the race, we ended up being out of sync and quitting a lap later every time and losing some track position. But on that last set on the slick tyres, the car came alive. It really got quaking. We got Fernando on the last lap, which was fun. Had a good battle with him, and P8. I think after a few DNFs is very happy.
Yeah, quite disappointed race, to be honest, for us. Starting P7, finish P9. with all the chaos, it feels like we lost an opportunity to score more points. But yeah, we got it wrong today, very wrong, the strategy, and these things can happen in a messy race. Last week was very good strategy. One stop in Austria allowed us to score more points than what we deserve probably, and today, we were a little bit unlucky. So hopefully next race with an opportunity on mixed conditions, we get it right.
Everything just went wrong at every single point, to be honest. I feel at the beginning pitting to slicks was not a stupid decision because we knew it was going to be dry for 25 minutes, but we had 15 minutes worth of safety car, and that didn't allow us to warm the tyres, it didn't allow us to reap the gains when it was dry. By the end of that stint we were 5 seconds a lap faster than the wet runners. Then at the end, maybe I called to pit 1 or 2 laps too early, but I wasn't expecting the hard tyre, and of course then it all just went wrong. So really disappointing day. Hindsight's a wonderful thing. We could have done things differently today and come home with a P4, and we could have been saying, we should have done this or that. If you've got a fast car, you can afford to do what you want, and you'll always find yourself in a good position. At the moment, unfortunately, we don't have that luxury.
Yeah, it was a tough race. A few wrong decisions, particularly from my side. Switching to the slick in the early laps was in hindsight not the right call with the rain which was coming. And losing a lot of time in the race. I got tapped around at one stage. That slick lost me so much time, but still we were P11 and fighting for the points. So it's a real shame. The car has been so fast today and this weekend, and it's a shame really not to come away with anything.
Yeah, we saw Yuki apologising just there. I mean, how tricky was it to keep the car on the track?
Yeah, it's tough conditions with only one line. Couldn't overtake Russell at the end, and it was a tough race.
I had a good race. I was having a very solid race, staying out of trouble, survival mode. And then when we went on to the slicks, I was P8, fighting for P7, I think. And Charles lost the car in P15, in turn 15, and when he lost it, he crashed into me and went backwards from there with damage. And that's so story of my season. Every time we're on to score good points and having a solid weekend, something out of our control happens, and getting a bit frustrated, tired with this season, because every time there's something different when we're about to get good points.
Yeah, it was an extremely frustrating race for sure. From the beginning, really, I was unfortunately in the middle of 2 cars, so I saw there was going to be a contact, and at the moment I realized that this was happening, I tried and back off. But at the moment that this happened, I think Liam, basically there was no space for 3 cars, so I backed off and he took all the energy of the hit, so glad he was okay, and a miracle that my car was alright after that.
One of the most difficult races for me, if not the most difficult race of my career. I just struggled to get the car on track from the first lap to the last lap. I don't know from where it's coming from. I'll obviously look at the data, I kind of have an idea. Might be because of the setup that I'm choosing at the moment, which is quite extreme, but I really struggle to believe that setup makes such a difference. So I think, there's something that we've got to look at.
So Yuki, that looked like a really difficult day out there with the conditions. Can you talk us through it from your side, how that race unfolded? We did just see you apologising to Ollie for the contact as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite clear with that collision, and other than that, to be honest, the pace was sadly very slow. Yeah, when it comes to long run, always is something that always very outstandingly slow. Somehow, just taking like crazy. I never had like this kind of feeling. I know we were running quite low downforce, but to be honest, I had still good confidence in the rain. Rain pace was absolutely nowhere, so yeah, be lost.
Kimi, such tricky conditions out there today. Unfortunate with the moment we saw with Isaac. I take it was just simply too much damage to continue after that point.
Yeah, I mean the whole diffuser was gone, so it was pretty undrivable, the car, and it was a shame. I was just a passenger, but I think also Isaac was a passenger because he couldn't see until he was into my back. So yeah, just a shame to have ended with another 0.
Isaac, first of all, are you okay? That looked like a pretty big incident out there.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah. Can you talk us through it from your side? What happened? It obviously looked very tricky, the conditions, just visibility, all of that.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't see anything coming. I mean, I wish I could have maybe took a bit more margin, but to be fair, when I saw his red light, I was already under his car, so visibility was just zero.
It's not difficult, it's very simple what happened. I made a mistake. I decided to go for the mediums for the slick sets. I thought the track was going to dry up a bit quickly, with a lot of wind we are having this week and sunny conditions at that moment. I thought it was the right call to do at the time. I didn't expect rain as well after, so I thought let's do this, maybe we can gain some positions here. And then the restart was very tricky, low grip. I went on power out of T1 and I had a big snap, tried to correct it, and I didn't make it. And I touched the rear wing on the wall, and the rear wing was a bit broken, so was preferred to stop on track to not risk any debris staying around, and just race over for me there.
Liam, sorry to see you out so early on. We saw the moment with Esteban. Can you talk us through it from your side?
I mean, I haven't seen it, so I have no idea what happened. We went next to each other through 3, 4, and then I tried to give space through 5, and then I just got a massive hit, and I don't know what happened, so I need to review it. But it's a shame. I think we would have had a very good car today, and obviously in a race like this, anything can happen.
Franco, sorry to see that you couldn't start the race. We heard that the car maybe got stuck in gear. Can you talk us through it? What happened?
Yeah, I just couldn't pull away, so pretty tough weekend. Of course, we win and lose together. It was just, I think already after yesterday we were looking forward to a good race. There was lots of things happening, weather changing as well, so there was going to be opportunities today, and I was looking forward to the race to see what happened. I think we had a good pace. Here is doing a good race, so it was tough. It was tough to not get to at least try to recover some places and get the points.